Happy Saturday! Welcome to Paper Doll Saturday. This is the day where we get to play, create, cut things up, make a mess, and bring another little paper doll story to life. Every Saturday, I add something new to the Paper Dolls by Mary Lou collection. It might be a brand new paper doll, a fabulous outfit, a new era, new adventure, or something completely unexpected. So grab your scissors, grab your glue, settle in, and let's get ready to play with paper dolls, because around here, Saturdays are for paper dolls. Happy Saturday! It is Paper Doll Saturday. I am excited. I have a beautiful, beautiful brand new paper doll set, and I can't wait to share it with you. But as you know, before I do that, I have to get last week's paper doll into the city of the paper dolls. And let me show you what I have created to go along with Grace. So this is the movie star in Monaco set, and this is the doll as she is available for purchase now, as she was free all this week, and now she has given way to the next paper doll. So this was based on the wedding of Grace Kelly. And if you look, like, I actually used my Grace doll to put in the gown. So the rest of this set is also based on Grace Kelly. So this is the church that she and Prince Rainier got married in Monaco, and I thought that it would be really cool to use that as a backdrop for the bride. And then I have a couple of dresses. Now, of course, Grace Kelly was a very famous movie star. Didn't make very many movies because she met her prince and married him. But there is a couple of movies, and she absolutely won an Oscar. And, you know, I believe she won the Oscar for The Country Girl, but I could be wrong. So anyway, and I misprinted here. So this is one of her gowns. This is a dress with these sandals. I did not make shoes for this dress. I just didn't. There are so many shoes in all the kits, and there is a pair of shoes that goes with the wedding gown. I decided that I was not going to make any more shoes. We have the strappy black shoes and the strappy white shoes. And I might change my mind by the time you see this. There might be a new pair of shoes here. Same right here. There might be a pair of shoes. So right here, you're seeing an invitation, an imaginary invitation. I've never seen one, to the Oscars. And of course, Grace Kelly won an Oscar, and this was the gown that she wore for that. So I am going to kind of make something where this can all fit together, and I am hoping you'll join me. All right, I think I have everything cut out that I wanted to have cut out. I'm just going to rip this so that it is usable. And the other side. Alrighty. I am ready to do this. Are you ready as well? Let's get this done. So we have the Oscar gown. We have Oscar. We have the invitations to the invitation to the Oscars, and we have the tickets. So I've put everything else aside for now because I don't need it. I do, however, need the City of the Paper Dolls. And let's pick a page. Um, let's see. Whoops. She's wanting to come out. I'm going to have to make something to keep her in place, or I could actually stick her into one of these pockets. There we go. And I know I have, I thought I still had one of the tickets that had fallen out, but I don't see it, so I guess not. Do we want to give her the center? No, I don't. I'm going to give her this page. So what my plan is for this is to put the invitation for the Oscars on the back. And then I want to cut around, like, and that's about the size that I want to make this. So I'm going to glue the invitation to the Oscars onto the back of the church. I can make a little bit of a flip out, and you know what? Maybe I don't want to do that. Maybe I was actually thinking maybe I could have the Oscars go like flip up like that, and then I can put her, or I kind of want to have it so that we have this, or I can also do it like this. Hold on, I think I got it. I want to create somewhat of a pocket idea. So if I fold this in half, let me zoom you out a little bit. There. If I fold this in half, and you can see I've got the mouseification on the back. I believe this might be my last page. And then I put this on top here, right? So I can glue this down like that. And then you have a pocket here, and you have space for that. Or I could put another doll on there. But I want to put a doll here, right, that flips out. And then I want the bride right here against the church, with the church as the background. So then this is going to get a couple of Oscars and the movie tickets and stuff. So it's going to be fairly simple. First things first, I need to ink around this, and I am using Distress Ink Walnut Stain. And I have my dauber here, so I'm just going to ink around this. And I'm having a lot of fun with the movie stars for the month of August. So I've picked a couple of movie stars that I think are important in the 1950s, or were important in the 1950s. And I am creating their wedding gowns. And there's also a couple of other famous brides coming up. You know what? I think it would be smarter if I just glue this all the way down, but then make a pocket right in here. So is that doable? Maybe not. Maybe not. I am going to glue this onto here. So, oh, I need to ink around this too before I get too far, because of course I don't want to have anything messy, or it's an elegant wedding. It's a royal wedding, so, you know, There's not very many movie stars that get the royal wedding treatment because they're marrying a head of state, and Grace Kelly absolutely did. Let's glue this in here. Papa Mouse, Papa Snort is getting glued down and will be gone. I'm trying to reuse this paper because, you know, I am using double-sided matte photo paper, and it's not cheap. So every time I print something out on the matte photo paper and I don't use that, it's a little bit of a waste. So that's why I am printing on both sides if I can help it. Okay, let's line this up nicely. There we go. Let's close this for a moment. Well, it's neat on this side, not so neat on this side, but that's okay. It is straight in there. I must have not ripped it straight. So now I need to glue this onto here. And I apologize for the noise. That is people working outside, and my windows are open. It's a beautiful day today, so I could open the windows and not have the air conditioning on, which is also why you're not hearing that buzzing sound. But they are being very noisy. They are very noisy in the morning too. Okay. Stick this on here. Like that. And then we have a beautiful flip out right here. Lovely, I like that. All right, I did cut another Grace doll because, of course, I used Grace for this one, and that file or that digital has 2 Grace dolls. So I had a second one, and I decided that I was just going to use the second one right there. I don't want, well, I'll use the walnut ink, but I'll be really careful by applying it around the edges. I don't want to make a mess. I'm okay with the darker edge around the edge, but I don't want to have it go anywhere on the dress. Oh, light just came on. There we go. So I'll just glue this right on here. Just putting some glue on her legs. And then let's just stick her down so that the straps are covering the straps. There we go. Oh, she could be a little straight in there. What the heck? What did I just do? Oh, okay. There we go. I got her, I got her, I got her. I don't think she's completely straight yet, but that's okay. You can't see it anyway. But there is my beautiful doll. So I will give her a little ink around her hair and her arms so that you can see her, all the boo-boos that I've made by cutting her. There we go. There is my movie star, and the movie star is gonna go right there. Do I want to put her right there or a little bit over so that probably right there. Yep. All right, I'm just going to glue her straight down because I can. And I don't want to second guess too long, especially because I am making a flip out, so it takes a little bit more. And that means I need a little bit more time. So I need to hustle and get this done because I don't want to have you sitting here for hours and hours and hours and all you want to see is the brand new paper doll, right? Right there. And then I'll take the Oscar. There we go. I'll stick him right there beside her. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Then let's open this up and the bride can just go right here. There we go. Stick her down right there. Maybe a little bit more over towards the center there. There we go. So she's got an honor guard and I think it is lovely. There we go. So this one was a very simple page, which, you know, sometimes they have to happen as well. And I do like this a lot. I think Grace was a beautiful bride, beautiful woman as it was. And now it really shows the movie star in Monaco. So I still have the tickets here. And what I think I want to do with the tickets is make a little tab for the edge. So I'm just going to cut this off a little bit like that. Ink around it. And I will put I'll do it like this. Okay. I like the Rear Window. It's a great movie. Kind of a psychological thriller. And so I'm going to put this right here on the edge. And then I'm going to grab the Country Girl because that's what she won her Oscar for. around it, glue it down, or put glue on it, sorry. And then I'll stick this right here, lining it up with the other ticket. Just like that. So now it is our page tab to go from one side to the other. So I do need to cut this a little bit better so that they're lined up. Which is super easy when it's all glued together. Not. There we go, much better. How absolutely lovely. We now have Grace Kelly and she is a beautiful bride and movie star. So are you guys excited to see who comes next? Who is next? Well, let me show you the paper doll first, and maybe you'll be able to guess. Maybe not. This is called A Wedding in the Afternoon. And it is, as you can see, a very simple wedding dress. I will zoom you in now so it shows a little bit better right there. It's a very simple dress. But again, there's a paper doll with a brand new corset and petticoat because that fits beautifully under this dress. This bride has long sleeve gloves, a short dress, very simple dress, a prayer book, and a rose crown. And this is Audrey. This was Audrey's dress when she got married. So there's a lot of wedding dresses out there for Audrey, but they're not necessarily for her real wedding. So in this time, I decided that I would give you the undergarments with the whole file. That way you can have your regular paper doll and you have Audrey with that you can put the outfits on, or you can put this on any of your other paper dolls. Sorry, that was a lot of conversation that didn't make a lot of sense. So let me put Grace aside, and I have all the pieces here for Audrey. So this is this week's freebie, and I hope you like her. There's something very elegant about Audrey, so next week she will get more outfits and more movie memorabilia and things like that added to her. And I did that really icky. And then we'll be hitting the next bride next Saturday. But yeah, like I did the something about Marilyn paper doll, where I was inspired by Marilyn Monroe, and that's kind of how I am doing these. So I am kind of trying to be inspired by these movie stars and their fashion, because they wore beautiful gowns, and why not use those for a couple of mini kits. So there may be a bigger kit coming for Audrey for the Givenchy fashion, because Audrey, of course, was the face of Givenchy, and I also want to do something with Dior. I want to do something with Yves Saint Laurent. I have a couple of ideas. And I also want to do something with trades. So there's a couple of different ideas that I have that I want to, that I'm working on. That they're all sitting in my, my books right now and in my design studio. So it is all slowly coming, but I have a few bigger fashion kits coming first for, I believe I have 2 new ladies that I want to introduce. So yeah, I'm slowly getting there. If you have made a request, I am getting there. Sometimes I have the time and it really inspires me when I get a request. And some requests just don't work within my workflow, so then they're just sitting in my list. And they are coming, but be patient. Okay, let's put the shoes on her first. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut out the toes. And still, they're so small. Okay. It's one shoe. Stick it down. And I actually didn't make them too big this time. I don't have to fix anything. That's one. Let's take the other one. There we go. The other thing that I am working on is I am working on a full set of, there's some movies where I'm like, yeah, I would really like to create the dolls for these movies. There we go. So now I need to put the petticoat on here. Because there's a few movies, old movies, not new movies, old movies, where I'm like, yeah, I would love to have paper dolls for that. So that is also in the works. As you can tell, I am keeping busy. I'm not bored. No, not even a little bit. Okay, that's one glove. Right there. Stick it on there. It's very satisfying to show you that everything fits. I see so many paper dolls starting to appear on Facebook and stuff as freebies. And I look at them and I'm like, why would you even look at that? Because they don't even, like, the dresses won't fit, the outfits definitely won't fit. at all, because they've made the paper doll this size and the dress is about that size. Like, how do you plan that that is going to fit? And you know, you can't just tell an AI program, hey, make this, and then you're not going to look at what they've made. For me, the AI is only a starter. It takes me, well, let's see, how long did it take me to create Audrey? A day, at least, to make one dress, because it is that finicky of a process. So, you know, when you see the bigger sets, yeah, they took me a little bit of time and sometimes aggravation, because just because I ask for a certain thing doesn't mean I am going to get it. Just lining it up. Like I said, it does fit, but you need to line it up a little bit. I'll have to make a small adjustment to the sleeves, because for some reason they're like, that doesn't work. The Bible goes in her hand right there. She didn't carry a how do I want to have it in her hand? I want to open the thumb. So I'm just going to open it just a little bit so that I can put the thumb around the Bible, or the prayer book, sorry. It's not a Bible, it's a prayer book. Okay. Sure, let's just make a mess. Why not? It's now a messy prayer book. And I'm attaching it to her dress. There we go. That way it can't go anywhere. Then she also didn't have a veil. She had a beautiful flower crown made out of white roses. So I'm just going to slide that over her head. And I need to cut a little piece off. We'll make it a little bigger so that it can actually slide right over her head. There we go. Or no, it doesn't need to be made bigger. It is the right size. There's just one piece right here that was not wanting to go around. There we go. That's all it is. So again, sometimes you just have to make some adjustments. And I have this little piece here, so I may just stick it right behind there so that that little hole is filled. There we go. There is our Audrey bride. So again, I'll show you. This is the paper doll file for this week. It is in my Ko-fi shop. This set is now in my Ko-fi and my Etsy shop. And it is no longer free. This one is free. And I hope you will all go and get her. The Audrey doll is available in the 1950s Leading Ladies, and she is also part of the the strapless paper dolls. So, you know, she's available in 2 different ways. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you again on Monday. Bye.